Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time. And not too many players are left from that squad 5 years ago. But this new group is looking to write a new chapter of Eagles lore.
Yeah, we certainly all remember that performance in the win over New England. Nick Foles throwing for 373 yards, catching the Philly special that will go down as one of the most iconic play calls in Super Bowl history. Now they're back and looking to make it 2 titles in 6 years.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
I think we all heard about it in the offseason. There were many questions asking if Philadelphia might consider bringing in another quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts. He answered emphatically, "This is my team," and he led them to a Super Bowl appearance. A well-deserved moment for this quarterback who just kept his head down, kept working, and eliminated all the noise.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Sanders. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts eluding the pressure right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Devontae Smith with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Mahomes. A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And able to get this to the 31.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Sanders fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Sanders again. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing now is Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this 1st quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. Now he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts flushed out right. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try.
Now Brown, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing is Hurts.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away.
Back deep is Kadarius Toney.
Fielded at the 33. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
But defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
54 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 36 yards.
And the Eagles continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts. Now they go screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. Finding space at the 40.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Touchdown! Quez Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Elliott now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the 1st, 18 yards that time. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Being chased out left. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 29 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards for number 11.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
It's a second and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Eagles are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes, too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw.
And no hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
67 yards.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Hurts flushed out right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll run with Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Got him in. It's Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
93 yards rushing for him now. A big part, no doubt, of why they lead in this Super Bowl. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. High throw, but the catch is made.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Quez Watkins,
his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Eagles have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. That time, a 9-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 51 yards. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Sanders. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. On play action, it's Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They run behind center with Gainwell.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. So they'll try and run for it with Gainwell.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final try from Mahomes.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.